All right, hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to start by saying, Brakti Hawa, Brakti Hawashai, Brakti Hawa, Brakti Hawashai, Brakti Hawa, Brakti Hawashai, Kahalamna Hawa, Bashim Yawashai, Bashim Kakudash, and also the honor to the pastors, the elder bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and also shalom to sincere Akim and pushing truth in the name of Yahweh, Bashim Yawashai, Bashim Kakudash. And I'm back again with a quick lesson. And this lesson is going into this situation that took place over there in Melbourne. All right, there was an attack on the small hut in the synagogue, and a Russian attack. It says both incidents targeted the so-called, community. All right. So it says here, right, a second arson attack on the synagogue in Melbourne, this time on a Sabbath, on a restaurant in CBD, also targeted. The silence from the leaders is defending the community deserve protection. No platitudes. No more talk. Arrest the perpetrators and organizers. You see? So, you know what? Let me see if I can find the video here on let me maybe get this right here. So, this one here was sent to me by the brother from my GMS Melbourne. Matas Bath. But let me play this here, and I'll play the one on YouTube and see. But before I go ahead, I want to just pull a precept. One of the precepts that we always go to, 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." So we can't be ignorant of this matter that we're seeing in the news, especially to do this, garages being attacked over there in Melbourne, because there was a laws that was passed over in Australia, to do with them, the entire thing. So if you somehow you get caught doing this, it's like you're doing something towards them. Okay, they cannot arrest you. You'll be jailed. You'll be fined. That law has already been passed. So it's in working. But this right here could be an example. If they find whoever so-called did it, we can see what type of punishment that can fall upon them, and that will be the first example they can make. But all we can do is just wait and see. Everything that Israel does is all planned. All right, you just can't be ignorant of these things. First, it's like Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or small. All right, you cannot be ignorant of anything, no matter how small it is, no matter how it looks. Especially, when it's something to do with Esau. You really gotta be, your eyes gotta be really wide open and paying attention to what they're talking about and pushing for, man. And this whole situation here eventually is gonna fall upon the prophets, okay, the true believers. All right, you're going winding up, so you're gonna end up being the real targeted, okay, by the this new system that they're trying to push forward, this this and that. All right, the prophet's gonna be the targeted, okay, which I'm gonna get a few pushes just to show you in a minute. So let's play this video here and go from there.
And Stephanie Wacklewick is at Hardware Lane, where the violent scenes unfolded last night. Stephanie, these shocking incidents have sparked a major manhunt.
Yeah, that's right, Lizzie. You can still see some of the damage behind me, a smashed window. About 20 pro-Palestine protesters wearing masks and hoods and banging drums stormed through the CBD last night. Witnesses...
So it's the pro-Palestine, so you see what's going on over there. Right, you see what's happening, man. Eventually, hey, let's see what the Prime Minister of Australia, says about this.
They were chanting death to the IDF before they arrived here at Israel.
And I just did a video now, I believe either this week or last week. They saw a chant of, death to, all right. No shit. So let's leave that alone. Let's just come back here. Let me see the recent.
A Melbourne synagogue has been hit by an arson attack as adults and children were having a Shabbat meal inside. Police are also investigating the storming of an Israeli-owned restaurant and another overnight incident condemned as anti-Semitic by political and Jewish community leaders. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says those responsible for the shocking attacks must face the full force of the law.
A community in...
There you have it. All right. So Esau is on the move. Esau is about to start, basically ushering the laws that he has passed. Okay?
Shock.
This is not just an attack upon Jews or the Jewish community. It is an attack upon our way of life.
About 20 people were eating dinner to mark a religious day of rest inside the Melbourne Hebrew Congregation Synagogue last night, when they were forced to flee out the back of the building, children among them.
I think they were pretty scared.
Police say a man poured flammable liquid on the door and set it alight. Firefighters contained the blaze to the front entrance.
Somebody saw smoke coming and some passers-by rang the bell.
A joint federal and state investigation is underway.
Police are very confident through CCTV footage at the East Melbourne Synagogue overnight that arrests will be made.
Police are reviewing security footage and have released images of a man they want to speak with. Police say the fire was likely a politically motivated attack and are not declaring a terror incident at this stage.
Those 20 people were able to self-evacuate through the rear of the building, and it's incredibly lucky that no one was injured.
While leaders have swiftly condemned the attack.
Absolutely shocking, and as Lord Mayor, I condemn them in the strongest possible terms.
Premier Jacinta Allen labelling it disgraceful behaviour by a pack of cowards. A joint statement from the Home and Multicultural Affairs Ministers said anti-Semitism is evil and has no place in our society. Federal opposition leader Susan Lee said words are no longer enough. There must be consequences.
There you go. It's time for action, all right? Okay, it's time for action. So, so from there, I'm not really gonna keep playing those videos. But one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here to the book of Isaiah, Isaiah 29. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, and verse 20. It says, "For the terrible one is brought to naught," which is Esau. All right, eventually it's going to be brought to naught, okay? All his move, plan, all that is going to be brought to naught, all right? It said, "And the scorner is consumed," and that's you fucking scoffers out there. "And all that watch for iniquity are cut off." You all going to be down, man. Okay, there's there's no winning for you, okay? The counsel of Yahweh Hashem is going to stand. Anyone who comes against this man, you through. All right, let's get one of the preachers who I was reading. I'll go back over there real quick. This is the book of Acts, chapter 5, and verse 38. It says, "And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, will come to naught." So the work we're doing is a counsel of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Okay, it's not made of man. All right, because eventually with this whole anti-this, anti-that, it's going to lead, okay, of them coming to who? Coming to persecute us, man. Okay, the true man of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because this truth right here we preach, okay, has no place for Esau. Okay, it condemns Esau, it condemns Amalek, and Yahweh Hashem Yahushua hates them, and they don't want to hit them. They're gonna, basically say what they want to say with us, Verse 39. "But if be of God, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you cannot overthrow it, less happily you be found even to fight against Yahweh." Eventually, so this, we know for sure this work we do is of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Anyone who come against it, okay, you're going to find yourself fighting against Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You're going to be destroyed, man. Okay? Let's come back to the book of Acts. Isaiah 29. Isaiah 29 and verse 21, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. And this is what he says, laid up. He has laid snares, okay? And, he's laid them snares so the man of Yahweh Hashem Shai can be caught up in it. But all them snares that you have laid up are not gonna really do much for you, man. Okay, they're gonna fail you. Reprove in the gate and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. You see. And now, let me read this in NLT. Let's see what it says. It says, "Those who convict innocent by false testimony with the spirit, which is also a similar fate, awaits those who use trickery to pervert justice and who tell lies to destroy the innocent." And that's what Esau's gonna do. This is what they do. Fucking Volcom alone gonna pop up too. Yeah, this is what they've been doing. They do this, they do that. Okay, they're planning to do this in the future. All that. But guess what? It ain't gonna do too well for you, man. Okay. Here, let me get this here. Luke 11:53 and 54. This is Yahushua, going against the wicked of our people. Okay, the Pharisees. And he said, and as he said these things unto them, the scribes and Pharisees began to urge him vehemently and to provoke him to speak of many things, you see. And this is what Esau be doing. So that's why, you brothers out there, man, when the pastor said that, be telling us to, whenever somebody comes by the camp, they really, hey, man, you don't really get a fucking answer them. If they come in some type of spirit, you can tell them, walk away. We're teaching. If you don't agree with what we're teaching, then we have nothing to discuss. Move on, And Volcom alone, as when he goes around camps, he's literally trying to have you say some things. It's recorded so they can use it against you. But at the end of the day, man, when you read the book of Romans, okay, let me get this here. Romans and Romans chapter 3 and verse 3 says, "For what is something of belief, should the unbelief make the faith of God without effect? God forbid, let God be true, but every man a lie." So he said you're gonna be found a lie, all right? As it is written, thou might be justified in thy sins. So we're gonna be justified in our sins, and our sins is of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. We're gonna be okay. And they must overcome when thou art judged. We're gonna overcome you, Esau, when you're trying to judge us in your fucking lies that you have set up. Your wicked counsels that you have set up, or your wicked laws that you have set up. Through your wicked counsel, you be, you be planning. Anyway, let's come back here. Luke 11 and 53 one more time. As he said these things unto them, the scribes and Pharisees began to urge him vehemently to provoke him to speak of many things. And Vocab does that greatly. In some of you so-called Christians, you do that, all right? To provoke us to say, certain things. So you can use that shit against us. Or you could use those things against us. Laying wait for him and seeking to catch him out of his mouth that they might accuse him. And we know the accuse is coming. Pursuant to the book of Revelation 12. We know who the accuser is. Esau. Anyway, so Amos 5 and 10, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly, which is which are the prophets, man. All right. Beautiful. I just leave that right there. Okay, let's get another one. Isaiah 59. Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 15. Yet truth faileth, and he that departed from evil. Second. Yet truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey, and the Lord Yahweh Shemeshah saw it, and it pleased him that there was no judgment. So when you come to this truth, man, okay, you becoming an enemy. Okay, Esau puts that mark on you, that you are an enemy or domestic terrorist, all that shit, man. You just, for you just repenting, coming to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Esau puts a target on you. You know? That's how wicked this devil is, man. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Psalms 5 and 9. For there's no faithfulness in their mouth, which is Esau. Their inward part is very wicked. It's very wickednesses. Their throat is an open sculpture. They're flattered with their tongue. Let's read this in the MP. It says, for there's nothing trustworthy or reliable or truthful in what they say. Their heart is destruction, just as treacherously charms a yawning gulf of lies. Their throat is open grave. They gibbly flutter with their silken tongue. Says, destroy thou them, O Yahweh, which is Esau, destroy who Esau. Let them fall by their own counsels. Cast them out in the multitude of their transgression, for they have rebelled against thee. Yeah, Esau, you through. Okay, let me read another one here. This is the book of Psalms chapter 10. In Psalms chapter 10, I think the last precept I might have said Isaiah, so it's like you tired as fuck. Anyway, let's come here. Psalms 10 and 8, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret place that he made the innocent, his eyes are privately set against the poor. He layeth in wait it's like he layeth wait secretly as lion in his den. He layeth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he drove him into his net. That's Esau. Okay, he done set up all these fucking traps to do with and the anti-Semitic thing. And all them laws are being set up. And now he's what? He's causing so-called attacks, and he's going to use those attacks as well to what? To bring more draconian laws. Because the talking about, in life is not consequences gotta be taken. You see it, man. He catcheth and humbleth himself, that the poor might fall by his strong ones. All right, you see, that's why, man, you gotta be careful with this devil, man. But again, we ain't got nothing to hide. Okay, we know what we teach, the videos we put up. It's already got them. Okay, the algorithm, YouTube algorithm, AI nowadays too strong. They already know who we are. You already got it. Nothing to hide, man. There's nothing to hide, man. Do what you need to do and hurry up, Esau. Okay? You just mad because this truth is coming out and you're being exposed. That's what you're angry about, man. Okay? Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 27. It says, for evil shall be put out and the sea shall be quenched. And that's what's happening right now. Evil is being put out and the sea is being quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Faith is flourishing Esau, and it's eating up Esau alive. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared, man. This was happening right now, and they're trying to stop it. But you ain't gonna stop not. So let's go from there.
We do recognise that these crimes are disgusting and abhorrent, but at this stage...
Anyway, let me be done with that, and let's come to... Man. Okay, you know what? Yeah.
Let's move on now.
Another lesson I want to do quick is this right here. Showing you the what's going on right now. You know what? I'm gonna leave this right here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this right here. Lord willing, I remember to do this tomorrow. I'm just keep that lesson to where it's at, and Lord willing, I can get I can get you my hand on this right here. So we done, man. Hopefully this lesson was edified to you. I came out there, shalom, and be wise out there, man. Be wise, like the scripture says, be harmless as dove and the wise as serpents, man. All right, so with that, shalom. Last precept, Slakia, is this right here, Peter. First Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he might devour. In there in pieces, be sober, well balanced, and self-disciplined. Be alert and cautious at all times. The enemy of yours, which is Esau, the devil, plows around like a roaring lion, fiercely hungry, seeking someone to devour. So you don't want to give any ideas to Esau, man. Okay, keep the lesson about the truth. Scriptures filtered through everything we say. Like the pastor been telling us, man, just stay like that, because this devil is really losing the plot. Like the brother, Matas Baf from GMS, Melbourne be telling me, man, Esau is losing the plot. He, which is the truth. The devil's losing the plot, so he's trying to, really get his hands on someone. All right. So with that, man, Akim, Shalom.